Deinonychus, the ferocious extinct killer raptor of Cretaceous North America, was a true terror of its time. But how did this deadly predator hunt and survive in a world full of danger? This incredible creature was a true predator, with razor-sharp claws and teeth that allowed it to take down even the largest of prey. Deinonychus is a genus of carnivorous theropod dinosaurs that lived in the early Cretaceous Epoch, between 115 and 108 million years ago. Paleontologist John Ostrom found this dangerous predator in Montana in 1964, and it immediately became renowned for its distinctive traits and aggressive habits. Deinonychus was a huge dinosaur that stood roughly 10 feet tall and weighed up to 160 pounds. It had a long curled tail that assisted it in maintaining balance and agility, as well as muscular hind legs that let it leap and jump with amazing speed and force. Its forelimbs were smaller than its hind limbs, and each hand featured 3 sharp claws for gripping prey or self-defense. Deinonychus was distinguished by its sickle-shaped claws, which were up to 6 inches in length and were positioned on the second toe of each hind foot. These claws were employed to dismember victims and could inflict considerable harm on even the strongest opponents. Deinonychus was a highly clever and gregarious mammal that lived in groups of up to 10 people. These groups would hunt together, employing a mix of speed, agility, and coordination to take down prey considerably bigger than themselves. They would slice at their prey's belly with their sickle claws, causing tremendous internal bleeding and finally death. Deinonychus, despite their fierce reputation, were not at the top of the food chain. They were preyed upon by bigger theropod dinosaurs like Acrocanthosaurus and Allosaurus, and they were also susceptible to enormous crocodiles and other predators. The finding of Deinonychus was a watershed moment in dinosaur paleontology. Prior to their discovery, dinosaurs were assumed to be slow-moving, lethargic animals. The finding of Deinonychus and its cousins, on the other hand, demonstrated that certain dinosaurs were capable of great speed and agility, as well as being highly intelligent and gregarious creatures. But what made Deinonychus such a formidable predator? Stick till the end to find out. Deinonychus was also one of the earliest dinosaurs to be found with feathers. Although these feathers were not utilized for flying, they were most likely employed for thermoregulation or show. This finding was revolutionary, since it called into question the long-held idea that all dinosaurs were scaly and reptilian in appearance. Deinonychus fossils have been discovered in a variety of locales around North America, particularly in the western United States. Paleontologist John Ostrom found the first Deinonychus fossils in Montana's Clovelly Formation in 1964. Deinonychus was one of the first dinosaurs identified to exhibit a bird-like appearance and behavior, which revolutionized the study of paleontology. Other Deinonychus fossils have been discovered in Wyoming, Oklahoma, Utah, and Maryland, among other places. The fossils were discovered in the early Cretaceous era, between 115 and 108 million years ago. Based on the examination of its remains, scientists have utilized a variety of approaches to analyze the dinosaurs' reproductive and development habits. One method includes examining the growth patterns of Deinonychus bones, which may provide information on how the dinosaurs grew and evolved through time. Scientists utilized this approach to determine that Deinonychus achieved sexual maturity about 3 years old and lived for between 10 and 15 years. Scientists have studied the anatomy of Deinonychus eggs and nests, as well as development trends, to understand more about the dinosaurs' reproductive habits. Deinonychus eggs were tiny in comparison to other dinosaur eggs, measuring 6 to 8 centimeters in diameter. The eggs were most likely placed in clusters and buried in silt to shield them from predators. Finally, scientists employed computer models and simulations to mimic Deinonychus' look and behavior. These models enable researchers to analyze the dinosaur's movements, behavior, and interactions with other species, revealing important information about how the animal lived and hunted. Deinonychus was a carnivorous dinosaur that ate mostly small to medium-sized dinosaurs, as well as small mammals and reptiles. Scientists think Deinonychus was a predator that utilized its sharp teeth and long curved claws to grab and kill prey based on the shape of its skull and teeth. According to fossil studies of Deinonychus, the dinosaur possessed a very powerful biting force, which would have been essential for splitting apart the bones of its food to reach the nutrient-rich marrow within. Furthermore, the form and direction of Deinonychus' teeth indicate that the dinosaur ate flesh rather than chewing up plants. Deinonychus was an important part of the ancient world, and its impact on its environment cannot be overstated. From its deadly hunting tactics to its impressive physical adaptations, this incredible predator was a true terror of its time. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history, and we hope you enjoyed learning about this fascinating extinct killer raptor.